Hey everybody, thanks for stopping back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Tony and this is TC's Outdoors. Today I want to start building my inventory for the roadside stand. The only downfall is I don't have any wood cut 16 inches, so everything that I've cut 16 inches isn't seasoned. I haven't even split any of it yet. You guys have seen me buck it up in the past couple of videos, but I don't want to start selling 20-inch wood at the roadside stand and then switch over to 16-inch later on down the road. I don't want to disappoint anybody, and I don't want people to stop buying because they think they're getting less. So my plan is, if hopefully it works, but everything I cut for myself is 20 inches, and this is what's left of this year's heating season. I got about 6 face cords behind me left. I probably won't burn maybe another face cord and a half of it. I'm going to burn the boiler for another month and a half probably. It saves me money. The longer I burn it, the more I save on electric, because I heat my domestic hot water with it as well. So the longer I can burn it, the better. But depending on the weather, if the weather gets too warm and it just kind of smolders too much, then I'll have to call it quits. But so either way, my plan is to split this stuff down into smaller, kind of bundle-sized pieces, and then I've built a rack to hold the wood so that I can try to cut it down to 16-inch lengths safely and efficiently. It's just some T-posts and a piece of OSB that I can kind of hold everything nice and tight, and then just use a saw and cut down straight line, hopefully. So we'll see. So let me get the splitter warmed up and we'll go from there. Oh, I'd also, just real quick, like to thank everybody for their support. I've had some new subscribers, and it's cool everybody coming on board, and I really appreciate all the views. I appreciate all the comments. It's cool to talk to everybody. So everybody that watches every week, I really appreciate you guys, and everybody coming on board, thanks for subscribing. If you haven't already subscribed, please do hit the like and subscribe button if you like the content. So either way, so we'll get the splitter fired up. So my roadside stand, I'll show that to you guys here maybe in the later at the end of the video, or one of the other videos coming up. I built it on pallets, which is kind of the theme. It seems to be everywhere on the YouTube Firewood community here. But so when I built it, I've got there'll be 2 or 4 7 cubic foot slots for $20, and then I've got a spot in the end where I can put my bags and my bundles for 1 cubic foot for $5. Which I don't know. As far as pricing goes, I don't know how that's going to work out, because the fuel going, the gas and fuel both going in the direction we're going. I don't know that I'll be able to make a whole lot of money selling firewood for $5. I might have to up my prices. I just worry about having like an odd denomination, and then people are looking for change, so then they're either stealing it or they're not paying it off, and I'm not sure how that's going to go. I thought about maybe getting a Venmo account or PayPal, posting that out there so people can just pay electronically, but then I know the government wants to take their pockets now, start taxing you on every penny you make on Venmo and PayPal, so I'm not sure I want to do that either. I'm going to make millions off of it. So as I mentioned before, I've had a bunch of people come on board watching the channel in the last 2 weeks or so. My subscribers have doubled. I was around in the 30s, which for a new channel just getting going, I was pretty happy with that. And then 2 weeks ago I got my first shout out there from Brad at Firewood in the Furnace. My subscriptions doubled that day. I'm up to 64 right now. I'd like to thank, speaking of shout outs, Woodruff Woods the other day gave me a shout out on his channel. I really appreciate that. Woodruff, that's awesome. I appreciate that. That's something about this firewood community is everybody kind of gets together and support each other, bring everybody up through. It's really awesome. So yeah, these pieces like this gnarly, ugly thing that'll just. Oh, by the way, Bob, I ran down to my father-in-law, Bob. Hi, Bob. I ran down to the cave and grabbed the cart from the road. It's too wet out here for the tractor, so I appreciate that. Alright, so here's my contraption. It's nothing fancy for sure. So just a couple of T-posts. I thought I'd use some OSB on the back to try to keep the back edge flat so that I can have a nice semi-clean edge. So I'm going to load this thing up and I'll speed that up because that's not going to be much fun to watch. And then I will go get the saw warmed up and we'll see how it goes. Hopefully it goes great. But so here we go. That's not going to work. Not going to work, folks. I'm going to have to come up with another plan. I'm going to have to sell 20-inch wood, one or the other. Dang it. Well, as you just saw, that's not going to work. I think I'm going to get my face cut off if I try doing that, so that doesn't seem like the best idea I've ever had. Back to the drawing board. Maybe, I guess I'll just have to sell the first bunch as 20-inch wood. I don't really want to do that, but I also don't want to spend 3 days cutting it down in a chop saw because I just don't want to. I don't think that the time saving or the time wasted is worth the little bit of wood that, and I guess if people are disappointed in the beginning when they start getting smaller wood, then I'll have to figure out how to manage that. All right, well, back to the drawing board. All right, guys, so here's the roadside stand. These are pallets that I accumulated during the house build, and then the roof is leftover steel from the siding. So, I don't know if you see that. I'm thinking I might pull the tin off again and run some purlins across the top so just to straighten out that sag. I'm not exactly sure yet if it's worth my time or not, but I probably will because I don't really like how that tin's laying up there. So I got a little bit more painting to do. I think I might add a divider in between the $20 bundle bins. That's what those two things are there. I just don't want people thinking that $20 gets them the whole thing there. So so that, ouch, prickers. See the wagon in the bottom there? That is a hay wagon that I bought out of Northern Tool, and I actually we moved our chicken coop on that when we sold our old house, and I didn't want to leave the chicken coop, so I wish I had a YouTube channel back then. You guys could have seen all the crazy ideas I had back then if you think that Firewood one was crazy. So we ended up jacking the thing up, and we got that wagon underneath it after I think 2 or 3 different tries. But either way, we got it on there. There's a little footage of me pulling it up the road. I pulled that thing from our old house to my mother and father-in-law's property down the road from me. I think it's probably, I don't know, 3.5 miles or so. I pulled it with my four-wheeler, and it worked. But once we got to our new house, I jacked it back up, got it off of there, put it on blocks, and I didn't know what I was going to do with that hay wagon, but I decided that it'd be a good firewood stand after seeing, I think, back 40 was the first roadside stand that I actually saw, and I thought, well, that's kind of cool, maybe I could do that, and kind of led me down the path. So the whole reason that I even cut firewood, firewood's not been in my life, as weird as that sounds, until we bought the property. We cleared all the property, and I wasn't really sure what I was going to do for heat. I knew I wanted to be slab on grade. I wanted radiant floor heating. Originally I was going to use electric tankless hot water heaters to just heat the water in the floor. And my father-in-law actually talked me out of it, and he was, you know, with all the firewood that we have available, he said it would be crazy just not to utilize it and not to burn with the outdoor wood boiler. So they were real expensive, you know. As I thought about it, I really wasn't sure what I wanted to do, but then I started thinking about the return, and we have the smallest actually, the Classic Edge. It's a 350. I think it's 175,000 BTUs per hour, which is plenty for our house. I'm heating right around 2,100 square foot with the garage. I keep the garage at like 55, 60, and then the house can be, it's 70 in there right now, but we could go, I mean, once the floor is warm, you got that thermal mass, it doesn't run a whole lot. It's pretty efficient. So I mean, the walls, the house is tight. It's all brand new. It's closed cell foam in the walls, and I think it's R42 blown in the attic. So it's definitely pretty well insulated. But I think overall, I couldn't, a return on investment, just the boiler. So if you don't, you know, I'm thinking I spent $8,000 on the boiler. We used to burn right around 400 gallons of fuel oil. With today's prices, or even, you know, an average price, if you took the last 3 or 4 years, probably in 4 years the boiler's paid for itself. And I know that my time is worth something as far as firewood goes, but I enjoy it. I'm out here doing something that I get outside and I actually get to do something. It gets me a reason to get off the couch and get a little exercise, which is great. So I don't really count my time because I have to do something. So my time is my time, and if you're doing something you enjoy, it really doesn't say it's not work. So but I think, you know, I probably burn 5 gallons of gas in a splitter to split up the 10 or, you know, probably 4 full cords that I'm going to burn a year. I don't know, maybe 2 gallons in the chainsaw, so what am I at, $50 maybe? Even if I use the tractor just because I have it, you throw another 5 gallons of diesel on it, I'm still at, you know, $60 for. So my return on investment as far as the boiler goes, I mean, what a great decision. I'm so thankful that my father-in-law talked me into it, because it's, for one, it's the reason I started my YouTube channel is the firewood. When we started clearing the property, I was doing research on tractors. I wanted a tractor for my whole life for no good reason. Didn't grow up on a farm or anything. I just always thought I needed to have a tractor. But so as you know, you YouTube everything, and one thing leads to another, and I think the first channel I stumbled on was like Outdoors with the Morgans, and he did a lot of tractor reviews, and then I realized that I was going to need a splitter, so then I started looking for splitters, and you know, you always just stumble on the big names, the Wolfridge, the Easton Made, which that's like the Ferraris, you know. Of course you want to watch those videos, so I started watching Chris in the Woodyard with the Ultra, because that's the most affordable, and that kind of led me down the path. And then I found back 40 because he's got the same tractor as I do with a CK. Well, this is a 2610, but same. It's a Coyote tractor, and I was kind of trying to figure out what tractors I wanted. It's just funny, you could go down the list on and on and on how you found, or at least I can, how I found everybody that I watch, and it's just kind of it's evolved into something that I never dreamed of. 2 years ago, if you'd asked me if I'd had a YouTube channel, I'd have said, no way, absolutely not. This is so not me. Stand out here and talk in front of the camera. It's nothing I ever thought I would do. I have my wife to thank for that. She pushed me kind of. We were all recovering from COVID. We all got it together, the whole family, me, my wife, and both of my children. It was October. It was right around Halloween. Actually, it was Halloween weekend when my son first started showing symptoms. And we binge watched every YouTube video that I think existed, or at least I did, and you know, as it went on, and she's like, why don't you start your own channel? And I thought about it and thought about it and him-hawed around, and I thought, well, I'll make a couple videos and see how it goes. And now I'm into it for 3 months now. I got to tell you, my last video, I had a comment from Juan, and it said that he's looking forward to my video all week. Now, I only have 63 subscribers, and for me to get any kind of comment like that, what a heartwarming thing that is for me. So pretty awesome. I really appreciate that. Like I said before, the comments are where it's at for me. I like to try to build a relationship with everybody. I mean, it's pretty neat how you get talking back and forth to one another, and you know, you're half the country apart, and you feel like you know one another. So I don't know, nothing like it. So if you're on the edge of starting your own channel, I strongly advise you to. Just push yourself. If it's not something you like to do, or something that you think you might like to do but you're not real sure, just try it. I tell you, I'm so glad I did it. So either way, this is rant over. This is my firewood bundler, or my stand, my roadside stand. I can't wait to get it loaded, but now, as you just saw, my epic failure back there, I'm not sure how that's gonna go. I may maybe pull my table saw out in the driveway and start slicing down wood. I'll probably have a lot less inventory that way, but I got to decide whether or not I want to sell the 20-inch wood or not. So to be continued, I guess. So if you like the video, please hit the like and subscribe buttons, share it with your friends. I don't know if I appreciate you guys taking the time to watch. So if you're on the edge, get out there and start one. I strongly recommend you start your own channel if you think you want to do it. So that's it. Have a good day.